All right, hello to all and welcome. Welcome to your virtual college fair. Matthew is my name and I get to be your host for our time. I'm gonna go over just a couple notes and then we're gonna go ahead and jump right in to hear from some fantastic schools. Um, just to start, do know that the Q&A is turned on for you to use. There's no Q&A section, so if you would like to ask anything, anytime is a great time to ask. My only ask is that when you type something to ask it is if it is for one certain schools to name that school versus if it is something to ask for the whole group to say that is for the whole group. Just so you know, your camera and microphones are turned off during this whole time. So your only role is to sit back to take notes and to listen to all these wonderful things these schools have to share. This is session 2 of 3 for this fair. So if you have not signed up for session 3, do know that there are plenty of slots and to really sign up and hear from more wonderful schools. Just a note as well, the link right there is the link where you signed up for this, but it'll also be where you will find a filming of this in about a week's time. So if you'd like to go back and hear from these schools, you can take more notes and listen to it once again. Just as a note, we are in right here in session E1. Like I said, there are some wonderful schools to hear from during this fair. So if you'd like to sign up for more, you definitely can. All right, those are my notes. And with that out of the way, we can jump right in. Our first college for the night is Xavier University. I am not sure if they have made it. So I'm going to give a little bit of a pause and check in to see if we have a representative from that college. That's okay. If they happen to join, we will add them to the end. If not, their website has some wonderful things, so please feel free to check it out. Moving on, we are going to jump right in with our first school now, Spelman College.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Latrina Fisher. I serve as the Associate Director for Admission for Spelman College, and it is my pleasure to be here with you today. So let's get into it. So Spelman College is a historically Black college and a global leader in the education of women of African descent. And we're recognized among the nation's top liberal arts colleges by US News and World Report, and as the #1 HBCU in the nation for 14 years consecutively. Spelman is located in the heart of Atlanta and 5 minutes from downtown, a city filled with Southern charm, rich history, and a vibrant arts and culture scene, and an international business footprint. Spelman is a member of the Atlanta University Center Consortium, or affectionately called the AUC, which is the world's oldest and largest association of historically Black colleges and universities. The institutions that make up the AUC are Spelman College, Morehouse College, Clark Atlanta University, and Morehouse School of Medicine. Our student body is comprised of more than 2,100 students from 42 states and 18 foreign countries. And taking into account the total AUC population, you're talking about 10,000 students. However, as a small campus community, Spelman students enjoy an 11-to-1 student-faculty ratio and an average class size of 23. Our intimate classrooms where our students study and learn are ideal environments to cultivate great academic relationships between faculty and peers. Am I sharing my screen, hopefully?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. All right. All right. So Spelman offers 34 majors and minors, including dual degree programs in nursing and engineering. Additionally, Spelman students have many more avenues of study through the Atlanta Regional Council for Higher Education, or the ARCH program. 20 public and private colleges and universities comprise the membership of ARCH, and our students, faculty, and staff are able to take advantage of cooperative programs such as library sharing, cross-registration for courses, and it expands the network and reach of our campus community. We offer intellectually challenging academic programs in the arts, humanities, mathematics, and the sciences, and our top programs of study among new students include biology, economics, English, political science, and psychology. We also have a Department of Art and Visual Culture where we offer newer majors in documentary filmmaking, photography, dance, and choreography, as well as art history and curatorial studies. Additionally, Spelman offers several special academic programs to students, such as the Health Careers Program, which guide and provide advisement to students pursuing careers in the health sciences, such as medicine, pharmacy, dentistry, etc. Sorry, my slides are not advancing. Excuse me. Spelman College offers a variety of support services and programs to assist students in their academic studies, personal development, and their overall postgraduate aspirations. Some of these essential support services include the Career Planning and Development Office, the Student Success Center, our counseling services, and our health and wellness services. When you choose Spelman College, you have made the choice to change the world. And to that end, the Gordon Zito Center of Global Education is committed to engaging students with the many cultures of the world and to widen their socioeconomic and political horizons. Through our study abroad program, approximately 70% of our Spelman students choose to extend their learning experiences beyond the classroom campus. Our students have traveled to over 40 countries in Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, Europe, Latin America. We also have partner institutions in the Czech Republic, England, Japan, and Chile. And we also offer various financial aid programs to help support study abroad experiences. The Office of Student Life and Engagement provides a variety of extracurricular activities that serve to enhance the Spelman College academic experience. We're home to over 85 clubs and organizations and many more when you combine the activities within the AUC. As for residential life, there's a 2-year residency required for new first-time students. Our campus features 11 residential halls that are made up of traditional apartment-style living arrangements, where each hall has a distinct culture and identity, where students engage in activities such as dorm wars, stroll-offs, and pageants. At Spelman, we take a holistic approach to admissions. We take into consideration more than the student's academic record when reviewing applications for admissions. Our review focuses on the school the student has attended, the courses taken, your academic rigor, your extracurricular activities, community service, employment history, and personal interest. All these things are weighted in your admission decision. So we ask that students do not hold back when putting this information into your application. We do not have a minimum GPA or test score requirement. However, we do have an admissions profile. Each year, our admitted student class sets that profile. So this year, we have an average admitted student GPA of a 3.77 weighted GPA and an average SAT of 1182. Currently, our SAT and ACT test score requirement is waived. Determinations for the upcoming class of 2026, we have not determined, so stay tuned on that. Each year, our application opens on August 1st. We use the common application, and we have 3 deadlines. Our early decision, which is binding, that's November 1st, our early action, November 15th, and regular decision deadline, February 1st. All these things you can find out and look more into on our website at www.spelman.edu. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, folks, with that being said, the next school you will hear from tonight, the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rachel Tanner. I'm the National Recruitment Coordinator for the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. We're a large public institution located right in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're about a mile south outside the downtown of Minneapolis, though, so you're not looking up at the skyscrapers as you go to class, you're looking at them. This is the main part of our campus. If you catch this train 10 minutes this way, that's the downtown skyscrapers of Minneapolis, and about 20 minutes the other way is the downtown of St. Paul, which is Minnesota's capital. So it's a really unique environment of a Big Ten college feel, but located in a metropolitan area. So big level numbers we're looking at is we are large. We have 31,000 undergraduate students, 900 student groups, 150 majors, tier 1 research, and division 1 sports, part of the Big Ten conference, so go Gophers. We also offer a number of graduate professional programs on campus. If you're somebody who's considering law school, medical school, veterinary school, OT, PT, we do have them right on campus, so we can start giving you that pre-professional advice you need right off the bat. Despite our large size, we try to keep those class sizes small, so 80% of all classes are 50 students or less, 65% of all classes are 30 students or less. So the big classes will be generals, but small classes are going to be the majors, and we're always going to pair large lectures with discussion or lab. We do have research opportunities beginning right away freshman year. So if that is something you're interested in doing, you can pair with a faculty member or submit your own research proposal and receive funding from the university to do the research yourself. We do offer many majors work to bring students breadth and depth. So we have 8 freshman admitting colleges. We're going to admit you directly into one of these colleges based on what you're interested in studying. Each college has their own first year experience program though. So you have some time to explore before having to officially declare your major in your second year. Our popular majors include our neuroscience and genetics program, our product design, interior design, aerospace engineering, biomedical engineering, psychology, sport management, and our business school in general. We also offer a freshman admitting direct entry four-year nursing program. That's quite popular too. Like a good big school, we have a lot of opportunities for you to get involved on campus, 900 student organizations, study abroad program that can send you almost anywhere in the world. In fact, our business school requires that you study abroad. Many living learning communities, if you want to live around folks that share something in common with you. And despite our being in a city, we do really have our own neighborhood. So you're going to find that many of our students live on campus their first year, but second, third, and fourth year, it's really popular to explore some of the neighborhoods that surround us. Dinkytown and Stadium Village are really the University of Minnesota neighborhoods here in Minnesota that offer affordable student housing, flexible leases if you just want to come for the school year. It's where you'll get your Gopher gear, find those coffee shops that adjust their hours for finals, and really give you that classic college town feel, but you stay in a city. Our location is really what makes us stand up and sometimes against our peers and gives us our students a leg up professionally. There are 16 Fortune 500 companies that are headquartered in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So places like Target, 3M, Cargill, Medtronic, Boston Scientific are constantly recruiting out of our programs. And with our location, our students can balance their internships on a Tuesday and Thursday. So go to class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's really fun to be in a city too. I liked it as a person just because I could go catch a concert, go to a baseball game. There are 6 professional sports teams within about 10 minutes of campus. There's concert venues and museums both on and around campus. So it's a really fun and vibrant city that allows you to explore and embrace the urban environment that we live in. Of course, value is a huge part of making your decision, as it should be. We've been named a Great Value Institution by a number of prints, so we're really proud of that. A large part of that is going to be our retention rate. 93% of our first year students come back their second year. So yes, even my folks that I work with from the South or from California can stand through that Minnesota winter and come back their second year. They really do learn to embrace it. We do have a number of academic merit-based scholarships that we're going to automatically consider you for if you choose to apply to Minnesota. For out-of-state students specifically, these range from $2,500, they go up to $15,000. That's each year for all 4 years. And again, if you choose to apply, no extra application. We'll consider you for all of those right off the bat. The application for Minnesota is fairly straightforward. In that we don't require letters of recommendation, we don't require essays. We've also waived our test requirement for fall 2022, and from there it's still up in the air. But for those of you who are juniors considering Minnesota, you do not need to submit an ACT or SAT, and you still have full consideration for admission, for honors, and for scholarships. So to apply, we just see the application itself, either through the common application or our own Golden Gopher application, an application fee, and then you just self-report your grades and test scores. So no need to send your transcript in, just let us know how you did. We have a couple of deadlines. They're all going to give you equal consideration for admission, for honors, and for scholarships. The biggest change is when you're going to hear back from us. If you apply by our first deadline, you hear back by the end of January, December 1st, which is back to February, and so on. If you are interested in that direct entry nursing program, you must apply by November 1st, but every other program you can apply as late as January 1 and still have full consideration. So I'd love to talk with you more about Minnesota. Here's my direct contact information. If any of you have questions or concerns or want to talk about those Midwest winters, please let me know. Otherwise, I will pass it off. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm also one who is currently thawing from our Midwest winter, which it's worth it for our wonderful summers. Well, thank you so much. With that being said, folks, the next school you will hear from tonight is Mercer University.
Hi, everyone. Let me share my screen. I'm excited to share with you all a little bit about this place that I do love so much. My name is Anna Claire Gordon, and I'm actually a double bear of Mercer University, meaning that I obtained my undergrad and master's here at Mercer. I'm excited to chat with you today. So Yeah, Mercer is located in Macon, Georgia, about an hour south of Atlanta. And so very kind of center of the state, very exciting to just be a part of so much that we do have going on here in our middle Georgia area. We were founded in 1833 in Penfield, Georgia, which is about 45 minutes from the Athens area. I'm sure most of you all are familiar with the University of Georgia, but we pilgrimaged here to Macon in 1871. And so for us, that means that we have been educating and investing in the lives of our students for quite some time. We are very proud of the list of distinctions that we are a part of, but our favorite is to be a part of Best Value. We are top 35 in the nation, and that is found through quality of education, value of education, and reputation of degree. So we're very proud of that distinction. We do have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio here at Mercer. We offer 12 schools and colleges here on our main campus located in Macon, Georgia. We also have campuses in Atlanta, Savannah, and Columbus, Georgia as well. Our average class size is right about 23, and we have over 65 undergraduate majors, meaning that we truly do have something for everyone. Our 2020 admitted first year student profile was a middle SAT between 1190 and 1350. That middle ACT range was 26 to 31, and that average academic GPA was a 3.99. Please do understand that by no means are these minimums. This is just who was walking into the classroom as a freshman this year at Mercer. And so we were very proud of that incoming class. We do represent over 40 states and 56 countries among our student population. We tend to have a very diverse population here at Mercer and have nearly 3,400 undergraduate students here on our Macon campus. And in total, we have just reached over 9,000 students across all of our campuses. We are very proud to have that many students here. We are a small school with a large school feel. We do have Division I athletics. It's very neat this season to have 17 of those 18 teams in season due to everything going on. So that is an exciting time for us here on campus, but we're very proud of our students and all they are able to accomplish here at Mercer. We like to kind of compare ourselves to a heart because there are two chambers that keep that heart alive, and there are two pillars that define our institution. And so one of those for us is going to be research. We are a member of the Georgia Research Alliance, where we are able to partner with other institutions and corporations in order to give our students amazing opportunities to pursue that research. This research is not just seen in the sciences, this is also throughout all of our majors and areas of study here at Mercer. We also host a chapter of the Phi Beta Kappa Honor Society, and this is quite the privilege because only the top 10% of liberal arts institutions in the nation have the ability to do so. So we are very proud of those students that are a member of that honor society. We have awarded 12 Goldwater Scholars in the past 8 years. The Goldwater Scholarship is the top STEM earning scholarship at the undergraduate level. And we've also awarded 21 Fulbright Scholars in the past 10 years. And Fulbright Scholarship is a humanities-based scholarship in which students would go abroad in their postgraduate years to teach English in a non-English speaking nation. And so we have a lot going on here at Mercer. But that second pillar that I quickly want to mention is service. Service is seen in everything that we do here at Mercer. And we love to serve our local community here in Macon, Georgia and Middle Georgia. But we also like to kind of combine our initiatives in order to kind of expand that footprint. And one way that we do that is through research that reaches out. It allows us to truly expand our footprint at both a national and global level. And give our students the opportunity to travel not only the nation, but the world. And one way that we do that is through an initiative that we have, which is known as Mercer on Mission. We have over 45 locations around the world in which we have established hubs for our students to kind of get that study abroad experience, but also conduct that research here on campus with a faculty-led cohort prior to going abroad and serving others. It is a life-changing opportunity that our students are able to participate in, and definitely something that I would encourage that you take in part if you are here at Mercer coming up. But just a little bit about our admissions process. We do take a holistic approach to our application process. You may apply via the Common App or our application hosted on our website. That application will open up August 1st. And that would include obviously a completed application, 1 to 3 letters of recommendation, your official high school transcripts, and then we are test optional moving forward. And so we are test optional through the year of 2023, meaning that you may apply to our institution with or without SAT or ACT scores. So feel free to do that. We are very, very excited to say that we have been in person this entire time. So beginning back in August, we were able to give our student body as normal as possible kind of environment and experience here at Mercer. We plan to remain in person, obviously, with proper protocol, but we are very, very excited to give as normal as experience as possible. And just thank you all for being here today. I'm happy to further connect with you all after this, if there's anything I can assist with. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Just to make a note once again, if anyone has anything to ask, the Q&A is there. Just make a note if you have a question for one school versus if you would like to ask something to the whole group to make that note, but please feel free to do so. So the next school you folks will hear from tonight is the University of Memphis.
All right. Hey, everyone. Good evening. My name is Sammy Morris. I serve as the admissions counselor for the state of Georgia. So I'm very excited to share with you all about the University of Memphis. So I cannot talk about the university without talking about the city. So you get to see our beautiful downtown right there, located along the Mississippi River. The metro area has 1.2 million people living in its area. There's plenty of things to do in Memphis. I'm a massive sports fan. I get to watch the Grizzlies, the Redbirds. We have 901 FC. If you want to go to different types of concerts, you can also do that here in Memphis. There's massive festivals that occur right along the riverfront. There's a lot of restaurants here. Memphis is certainly known for its amazing barbecue, and there's plenty of other places too. But going into the city side of it, we have 3 Fortune 500 companies headquartered here: FedEx, AutoZone, and International Paper, as well as very prestigious medical places like St. Jude, which does wonderful things for childhood cancer research, and Le Bonheur Hospital. But there's a lot of history here in the city of Memphis, and I highly suggest coming on up to give us a visit. So just some fast facts about the university. For our fall 2020 enrollment, we were at 22,000 plus students, but keep in mind that this is everyone. This is the law school, the graduate school, the Lambeth campus, which is in Jackson, Tennessee. We have a very diverse student population, 59% female, 41% male. The student faculty ratio is at 15:1. 16% of the students are in your situation from out of the state of Tennessee, and even outside of the United States, 79 countries represented. Over half of our student body consider themselves underrepresented, whether that's racially, socioeconomically, religiously, in one of those ways. And just a little over a third are first-generation college students. So here at the University of Memphis, you're going to meet a lot of people that are like you and have similar backgrounds, and a lot of people that aren't like you. And so we certainly embrace that here at the University of Memphis. So these are just some of the things. If you don't see your major on the screen, don't worry. We have over 250 areas of study. So these are just some of the things that we are known for. Certainly the ties in with the business side, of course, with Memphis and the medical side. But we also have School of Music, which is getting a brand new building. Engineering certainly does amazing things as well in the STEM field. And we have a few centers of excellence like psychology and engineering here on campus. So if you want to have that hands-on type of feel, get involved within research, the University of Memphis can certainly be an avenue for you. And of course, I have to talk about the student life. I certainly enjoyed it whenever I was a student. We have over 355 student organizations. This is Greek life, religious groups, multicultural organizations, and even helping in the community, even outside of the city of Memphis. I also like to think that we're in a golden age for Tiger Athletics. We went to a New Year's Six Bowl a few years back, have plenty of NFL draft prospects and NBA draft prospects as well. But it's more than just football and basketball. We have men and women's soccer, volleyball, baseball. We have a lot of different sports, and something that I miss as a student that I don't get to partake in as a staff member is that you get to go to games entirely free of charge. So you can cheer on our Tigers. All you need is your student ID. We're also 7th in the nation for internship placement. This is per US World News and Report. So this is thanks to all the different types of businesses within the city of Memphis. There's also opportunities to go into honors, also compete with other University of Memphis students and intramurals, and also studying abroad. All right, so this is done through our tuition estimator, which is done online. So this is what your typical out of the state student would pay for in a semester. So tuition for the entire year would be about $13,700 and some change for out of state tuition. But housing is not a requirement, same with meal plans, but do encourage getting a residence hall and also getting a meal plan. So this is what a typical student would have to pay for, but there are different types of scholarships that we have available. Merit ones you don't have to apply for. And of course, we have more than just 3 departmental scholarships. It does depend on the department. So they're extremely generous as far as other different types of scholarships that are available. So that is how you take care of that tuition number. And yeah, makes things a little bit more affordable. So lastly, just going over the admissions process, we do competitive application. We review you holistically, high school transcript, ACT, SAT scores. And if you have dual enrollment AP credits, certainly send those our way as well. For any seniors that are in the room that haven't applied yet, we are test flexible for this upcoming fall. And as far as the minimum and the minimum ACT, minimum GPA, we don't have set minimums, but we do offer these averages to give you an idea of what we're looking for. We are not on the Common App. We have our own set application, but there's no essay required. So if that's one less thing that you have to worry about. But that's just a little bit about our admissions process. So you can certainly connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And that's my email down below. I'm very receptive when it comes to email and my Google Voice. So I want to thank you guys for coming to this presentation, and go Tigers.
Great, thank you so much. All right, our last school you will hear from tonight, Middle Tennessee State University.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is AJ. I am from MTSU, or Middle Tennessee State University. It's our full name there. And I am very excited to get to chat with you a little bit about our admissions process and a little bit more about the MTSU experience as well. So let's go ahead and get into that. So the MTSU experience, it's all about community here. We have over 22,000 students as well. But we also do offer over 140 academic programs, whether that's majors, minors, or different things. And that 22,000 students is also spread out. There won't be 22,000 people on the campus at any point in time at the same time. That would get a little bit hectic because we have a lot of commuter students and a lot of non-traditional students as well. We also offer over 300 plus student organizations, whether that is fraternity and sorority life, or my personal favorite, the Peanut Butter and Jelly Club, that meets in room 221, I believe, in the Student Union every Tuesday. So there's just about a club for everyone. And if there's not your particular club, then you can always create that and then kind of govern it yourself. Some of our programs I like to highlight, our aerospace program is one of the best in the country, and people come from all over the country and out of the country to learn how to fly and become a professional pilot here at MTSU. A little fun factoid, we actually have more planes than the whole country of Albania. So that is something fun that we always like to add. Also, some other academic programs we're well known for. We produce the most amount of teachers every single year in the state of Tennessee. So our education program is really great as well as audio production, a concrete industry management and construction management program is a little bit newer at MTSU, and they just got a new building as well, or they're working on that new building. The psychology and sociology departments just got their new building. So that's a little bit about some things that happen on campus. We also offer a number of concerts and productions and different fun activities for students to get involved in, especially at the start of the fall semester. It looked a little bit different last year, but we're hoping to get back to some sense of normal this coming fall, while still respecting all of the necessary guidelines for everyone. But that's a little bit about the MTSU experience. Along with that, actually, before I forget, we also do have over 17 Division I NCAA teams. We're in Conference USA. And so you can also get into all of those events for free with your student ID. So there's lots of things to do around the campus and then around Murfreesboro itself. It is a growing city, just about 30 miles south of Nashville. So if you ever get bored for some reason in Murfreesboro, you can always make the trek up to Nashville. And that's very popular for our students to do. It's a very easy trip up there and an easy trip back. A little bit about our application process. Pretty straightforward. You'll fill out our online application. We do accept the Common App as well. We do have a $25 application fee and an application fee waiver should you be eligible for that. You need to talk with your counselor about submitting our application fee waiver form just so we can get all of that verified. You'll submit your transcripts and your ACT or SAT scores. This year we did it a little differently, of course, too. And if students weren't able to take an ACT or SAT, then we had them submit that number 5 step, our personal statement form. And that just kind of gives us a little bit more to review you on. And but if we did have students that had SAT or ACT scores, we were having those submitted this year. And we do admissions just a little bit differently. We have some guaranteed admissions marks that if you hit one of these, you will be automatically accepted. And there won't be a real extensive review process of your application. So those are a 3.0 GPA. That by itself will get you guaranteed admission. Or if you have a 22 on the ACT or an 1100 on the SAT, that will also guarantee your admission, disregarding your GPA, basically. So if you have one of the two of those, you're guaranteed a spot at MTSU. Or if you have the combination of a 2.7 GPA and a 19 on the ACT or a 980 on the SAT, then that will also work for guaranteed admission. If you don't meet one of those necessarily, then that number 5 process over here on the application process, that will apply to you as well. You'll fill out that personal statement form, and then there will be a separate little review process for applicants like that. And then we will get back to you about our admissions decision for that. Here's some of the costs of MTSU. That green line is what we're going to look at for our Georgia students. I'm actually the admissions counselor for the state of Georgia as well. So that's what our tuition looks like per semester for out-of-state students at about $14,500. And then if you total out that total on the side there at $20,000, that will be for a student that is living on campus with a meal plan. But a little fun fact about us as well, you do not have to live on campus as a freshman. There are lots of off-campus housing places available around Murfreesboro, and there's always new ones being built because it's such a growing city and a growing university as well. But if you are living on campus as a freshman, then we do require that you have some form of the meal plan that freshman year. But then after that, the meal plan goes back to completely optional as well. You can find some more about that, those fees and tuition there at mtsu.edu/tuition. And we'll go on here to the next slide because we just talked about what it costs. Now we can show you what we can give you back in money. So these ones here at the top are going to apply to our juniors here. These are our guaranteed freshman scholarships that start with a base 3.5 GPA and a 23 ACT. And you see, and the SAT equivalents, of course. And you see you get $2,000 per year for 4 years with these scholarships at a 23. And these ones for our juniors or our seniors down here, if you're a little late to the game, we are offering a second round of those guaranteed scholarships there. And one quick thing I'd like to add about some out-of-state tuition assistance that we have, our regional scholars program for students in Georgia that have a 25 on the ACT or a 1200 on the SAT. That is 48% off of the tuition for out-of-state students. So that's a really good chunk you'll save there. And an even bigger chunk that you can look at is with the academic common market. And for Georgia, we have a number of programs that you can look up here at mtsu.edu/ACM. Some of those include audio production, animation, engineering technology, and about 10 or 12 others. And you get complete in-state tuition just for majoring in those kind of majors. So that is an incredible program that you can get the same price as a Tennessee student would, even though you may not be from Tennessee, but just because you're majoring in one of these specific ones that may not be offered in your home state. Here's some of those quick links for MTSU. There's our apply link, mtsu.edu/apply now. You can schedule a visit at that second one. We talked about our academic programs. If you want to go through a more comprehensive list of those and see just about any class you'll take for any major. You can go to that mtsu.edu/programs. Same goes for scholarships and housing there. You can find out all about our different housing units that we offer. And you can even text our admissions team at that number below there. We can skip that one, but you can see my contact information is right there. My name is AJ Cochran, and my state that I represent here is Georgia, of course. And that's my email and phone number. So if you have any questions, I would love to help you out with those.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. That was the last presentation, which were absolutely wonderful. It looks like we have time for a group Q&A question or two. So right now I'm going to ask our reps to turn their cameras back on, and we will ask the question as a group. The first question I have for you all, for our students, is a general kind of tip question. What tips would you give someone going through the college search process right now, knowing that this has been such a wild year? What tips would you give them? I'm going to go ahead and turn my microphone off, and if you could just go in the order that we went in, that would be wonderful. Spelman may have stepped away. That's okay. If anyone has anything to share, that'd be fantastic.
I can,
Oh, we have a special guest.
So you had passed me just.
Okay, I was just gonna say my biggest tip to students is always to create some sort of organization for all as you're doing your exploring. An Excel spreadsheet, a Google sheet, something to write down the things you like about schools, the things you didn't like about schools, the cost, and most importantly, deadlines. So when it comes down to, you know, which deadlines are really important to get in for scholarships, so that you're not missing anything. But the more you organize, you might see some trends come out about certain aspects of campuses that you really liked, and it'll just kind of help you stay organized throughout the whole application process.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with Rachel. I was one of those kids that applied to 30 different schools around the nation, and definitely had a spreadsheet. But kind of going from that, I would say get to campus. If it's feasible and you can make it happen, go to campus, because it's kind of like we say at Mercer, when you get here, it sells itself. And so, you know, we can give you all the facts and all the information, but until you can go there and fully immerse yourself in that campus culture and see how you might be able to imagine yourself at whatever campus or school you're interested in, you really don't have the full picture. So definitely get to campus if you have the opportunity.
Certainly co-sign with that, and visiting campuses. Visit as many colleges as you can. You need to find your home, and go into them is the only way you would get to really experience all of it. And you can even make different types of trips out of it. You can come on down to Memphis and then take a loop and go on I-40 and visit AJ. Over at MTSU if you'd like. But still, visit as many schools as possible. The other thing that I like to share is you choose a college with three things: your head, your heart, and your pocket. All three of those things are certainly important things to consider. And so if you find you're thinking logically, following your heart, and also making sure that, you know, the money's there. So those are certainly important aspects whenever you're choosing a college.
Yep, I can't disagree with any of those that were said, for sure. And I would definitely echo all of those sentiments. And I would definitely like to add that you should always keep an open mind when you're choosing a school. Just because I know that I had about 2 schools in mind that I was dead set on either one of those, that's where I was going. And after the visits, I was still pretty set on it. And you never know what you could have missed out on if you didn't visit another school, or even just applied to that school and see what you could have gotten scholarship wise and things like that. So that one's my biggest, is keep an open mind when you're going to a school. And even if maybe your parents are saying, hey, go look at this school, and you're a little bit hesitant at that, if they're going to take you on that trip to see the school, I would, go full force at it and just fully immerse yourself in each school that you're going to visit, just so you can get the 100% best fit for you. And that may not be MTSU every time. It could be anybody here. And we are just happy to let you see or to let you go to wherever is going to be a best fit for you.
Well, those are great tips. So the last question I have for the group, which is always fun to ask, is to give a fun fact about your schools. I know we've talked about them this whole time, but I'd love to hear kind of like that fun fact that stands out to you.
I guess I'll jump in since I missed the last question. This is Spelman College again. I guess I would say our fun fact, I shared this in the presentation, but Spelman is a part of the oldest and largest consortium of historically Black colleges and universities. So what that means to the student is that being at Spelman, you have the benefit of 3 additional colleges, college campuses, and environments to take to experience. So for the price of 1 college, you get 3 college experiences.
I would say a fun fact about Minnesota is if you're, well, to deal with the weather, because we will get cold weather, about 90% of our campus is actually connected by underground tunnels. They're not like scary dungeony tunnels. They're well lit. They have the Goldie Gopher painted everywhere. But if you're nervous about the cold, I promise we can keep you nice and warm. Our bus stops are heated, our bridges are heated, and our campus is pretty well connected, so you can stay inside and stay nice and warm throughout the winter.
Yeah, and my fun fact's going to take a little turn. So yesterday, our men's basketball team was competing in the Southern Conference championship. Unfortunately, lost, but at least we beat Duke in 2014 in March Madness. And then additionally, the day before, our women's team did win Southern Conference championship, and so they are going to the big dance for the 3rd time in 4 years. So very, very proud of them. Go Bears! And so very proud to always get to have such competitive athletic opponents throughout the Southern Conference as well.
I'll try not to make mine Elvis related, but there are 100 painted tigers all spread across the city of Memphis and campus. So we celebrated our centennial year back in 2012. So we celebrated our 100th year by getting 100 tigers. So there's plenty of them on campus that are painted. There's an Elvis tiger in the UC, so there's your little Elvis fact there. But yeah, so we have 100 painted tigers.
So I'll give 2 little quick ones. Well, number 1, our campus is completely flat. So when you take a campus tour, your legs won't be burning super bad right afterwards. Because like I said, one big flat plane. So that makes it a little easier getting to and from class. We also have a lot of skateboarders and bicyclists around campus. That's become really popular the past couple of years. But my absolute favorite thing about MTSU is our world famous chocolate milk that we make here at the dairy farm. It is, I can't stress enough how second to none this chocolate milk is. It will change your life. And if you come to MTSU for one reason to take a tour, that will be it as well. If you don't have any other reason to, is what I'm saying. You just come to try the chocolate milk and it'll be worth your while.
Well, thank you all so much. Now that I am hungry, this was all so good to hear. That wraps up our time for the night. Once again, a big thank you to both our reps who shared some fantastic things and our students who joined us during this time. Just a couple notes as we wrap up. When I close out of this screen, a survey will pop up. If you could fill it out, that'd be fantastic. A note once again that this was session 2 of 3, so there's one more. And if you haven't signed up for one yet, please do. And then a note once again, if you'd like to hear this, this filming will be at this link in about a week's time. Thank you all again so much. It was a wonderful time. I hope you all have a great evening. Stay safe, you all, and stay well.